Actress Ellen Page is now Elliott Page. That's right, she's come out as a man. Welcome back to Bible Bears, everyone. I am Ryder Cullison. Now, actress Ellen Page, and I'm going to refer to her as actress and as her and she, despite the fact that it might be offensive to some of you because I have known her for all her acting career as a woman, and she just transitioned yesterday, so in order not to just constantly mix up the pronouns, I'm going to stick with what I know for now. Please forgive me. Ellen Page, I enjoy her as an actress. I'm a Christian, so maybe you think automatically I hate Ellen Page because she's trans. I would think that would be what you would consider transphobic. I don't hate Ellen Page. I'm an X-Men fan. I grew up reading the X-Men comics. She was in X-Men 3. The movie wasn't great, but I thought she stood out. I really enjoyed her character. Additionally, she was in Christopher Nolan's Inception. Fantastic movie. She's in Netflix's The Umbrella Academy, which I can't recommend to Christians necessarily, but it is a superhero-themed movie. I enjoy her in that as well. So I like Ellen Page. Now, in a big social media post yesterday, December 1st, she came out. It was quite lengthy, but I'm going to read a quote to you from that. "I can't begin to express how remarkable it feels to finally love who I am enough to pursue my authentic self." Now, I have no idea, that it's not indicated in her social media post whether she is going to go through any type of hormone therapy, testosterone treatment, gender reassignment surgery, but for right now, she is referring to herself as Elliott. She actually signs the letter, signed, "All my love, Elliott." I have 5 questions for Ellen Page, but before we get into that, subscribe to this video, and if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Alright, question number 1. She says, "I love that I am trans and I love that I am queer." To my knowledge, queer means anybody who falls in that gay community. L, B, or G. Now, she was a woman who was same-sex attracted, so she was a lesbian. She liked other women. Now, she identifies as a straight man who I assume, presumably, still likes women. So is she still part of the gay community? That may sound absolutely stupid to you, but I think it's a question that we need to better understand because there is now a shift here. She was a woman. She's forgoed womanhood for a man. She likes women still. Is she still gay? We need to better understand this. And also, for those of you who are in the LBG community, do you see this as some sort of betrayal if someone leaves your community to embrace transhood? Or do you feel that they should feel comfortable who they are as a gay person rather than leaving that community to join really what is kind of essentially a different community? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Question 2. So she says in her letter, "To the political leaders who work to criminalize trans health care and deny our right to exist, and to all those with a massive platform who continue to spew hostility towards the trans community, you have blood on your hands. You unleash a fury of vile and demeaning rage." I don't know anybody with a massive audience who could even think of, not just think of doing this, but actually pull this off. The vile and demeaning rage that she's talking about. Yes, there are people with massive audiences who don't believe in same-sex marriage. There are people with massive audiences who believe that perhaps transgenderism, transitioning is mental dysphoria, I would say. It's a psychological disorder, but I don't necessarily think that is vile rage being thrown on to the trans community. I think perhaps there might be some misunderstandings there, but I haven't seen anyone with a massive audience spew such vile rage on the trans community. In fact, whether you're a stand-up comedian, a talk show host, a political person, you would be literally eviscerated for attacking the trans community. So I don't know how anybody in this day and age could pull off such attacks without serious repercussions. But let me know in your comments below who those people are, because I would be interested. Or do you think Ellen Page is somewhat exaggerating? I know people attack the trans community. I know it. I'm not saying that doesn't happen, but such public, massive vitriol, I haven't seen it. So let me know. Question 3. She says 40% of trans adults have reported attempting suicide. That's a correct statistic. Now, were they trans when they reported attempting suicide? From what I understand, the statistic says at some point in their life. So they could have been a 16-year-old, perhaps wrestling with these feelings, but haven't come out as trans, so they haven't really received those types of attacks that someone in the trans community might receive. They just may have been dealing with some internal conflict. So question 3 is, do you believe the increase in suicide attempts amongst the trans community has been the result of external influences, these criticisms, this alleged vile and imputed rage thrown at them? Or is this due to internal conflicts with not really feeling comfortable in your skin, really not knowing who you are as an individual? Or is it because you do believe perhaps there is something mentally amiss, and that there aren't programs in place, mental health programs, places to go to get help you work through these feelings, to help you, whether you want to transition or not transition or just feel better about yourself? Are these programs not in place? Is that why the suicide's up? Or is it just because people are jerks? Which brings me to my next question. Question 4 is, do transgender people want to be trans? You may think that's an angry, hate-filled question, but I don't think so. I think there are gay people who wrestled with their same-sex attraction, and maybe that's because society was looking down on gay people, making them feel uncomfortable, making them feel unwanted, and perhaps that's what's happening in the trans community. What I want to know, and as ignorant as this may sound to you, if you're a woman in a woman's body and you feel like a man, and you could say a prayer, wave a magic wand, and feel totally like a woman right now, would you do that? And vice versa. If you're a man in a man's body and you feel like as though you're a woman, would you want to just feel like a man? Are you comfortable with who you are? Ellen Page says, she's 33. She says, I finally feel comfortable to love myself enough to pursue my authentic life. So she hasn't felt good about herself for 33 years. Put it in your comments below. If you're from that community, let me know how you feel. I'm trying to build a bridge here between a Christian and a person from the LGBT community, particularly the T community. I want to know what's going on. This brings me to my last question. Question number 5 is, do you feel that all the vitriol and rage that Ellen says is being thrown at you, and I do agree that I don't think it's being done on a massive scale, but yes, I do agree that it's happening. There's people in this world who obviously hate black people. There's people in this world who hate white people, and obese people, and Latin people, and Jewish people, and people with tattoos on their faces, and short people, and all sorts of people. Okay, there's discrimination everywhere because so many of us have darkness and evil in our hearts, and so, of course, there's going to be people who hate people from the LGBT community. Do you think that's coming majorly from Christians? Yes, Christians believe in marriage only between man and woman. They believe that God made man and made woman, two separate genders. Many of you, I think, are dealing with genuine feelings of confusion, of uncertainty. Do you feel that there's rage or vitriol or just mild displeasure coming from the Christian community? Because as a Christian, I'm trying to better understand you, and I need you to better understand where I'm coming from and where most Christians are coming from. Jesus, my Lord and Savior, said the second greatest commandment is to love your neighbor as yourself. You're my neighbor. Help me to help you. Guys, that's all I want to say. I don't want there to be any more disconnect between Christians and anybody from the LGBT community. I want you to know that while there are aspects of your life that I may disagree with, I'm not at all condemning you as a person or saying that you don't have inalienable rights. I believe you are a creation of God. I am a creation of God. You are my brother or sister. I love you. Okay? So, on that note, put your comments below. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, click share, and subscribe. And as always, I love you and have a blessed day.